Welcome back to the Dissertation Lab. Let's talk about the top graduate student pitfalls so you can avoid them in your doctoral career. Pitfall 1, letting your major professor manage you instead of managing them. When doctoral students allow their major professors to manage the trajectory of their student careers, they enter a game of Russian roulette. If they are lucky enough, they will be paired with excellent mentors who induct them into specializations using rigorous standards. However, like in any profession, there are toxic individuals who may not work with the best interest of the student in mind. Therefore, it is important grad students use discernment to determine whether their ideas, personality, goals, and learning styles align with their major advisor. If the student finds too many components are lacking in the mentorship, they can respectfully request to be assigned to a different mentor. Pitfall 2, doing everyone's research but your own. Learning about an exciting new project that offers paid work can be alluring to budding researchers. At the early stages, doctoral students can fall into the trap of wanting to learn and work on everything. Understandably, exploration and research is extremely important. Exploratory collaboration can lead a doctoral student to build relationships through networking, learning new skills, publications, and so much more. However, when a student is not able to carve out time for their own work or cannot niche down, working as a co-researcher or an assistant can be problematic. This pitfall can be avoided by grad students if they select collaboration opportunities that align with their research focus. If they gel well with a research collaborator, they may be able to negotiate examining the data for their dissertations using a new research question. Pitfall number 3, not reading enough literature. The first days of grad school are filled with excitement. You're meeting new cohort mates, talking with the very researchers who inspired you to continue your schooling, and looking towards a future in which you'll be making a difference with your newly minted degree. Then it hits you, the wall of reading. How will you get through all of it? It's tempting to avoid reading altogether and looking for cheap strategies to get around reading. Skim reading will not work in the long run if you want to be an expert in what you do. The best academics cite research they've read during talks and in working conversation from memory. So it's important you learn the same cultural norm. In order to be an academic, you will need to build your reading stamina by dedicating a specific amount of time to reading each day. We at the Dissertation Lab recommend at least 3 hours of reading per day for doctoral students who are in the coursework phase. Our team suggests doctoral candidates read articles and books for at least 2 hours per day. If you're reading this much and you're still not able to cite, and you need strategies to read more effectively, check out the annotated bibliography strategy in the Dissertation Lab app. Pitfall 4, writing like an undergraduate. If you're still writing pieces without drafting annotated outlines or starting projects dangerously close to deadlines, chances are you are still writing like an undergraduate student. This tendency to write with self-sabotaging habits happens more often than students realize. Researcher George Hillocks found that many students who have been trained to write the 5-paragraph essay tend to create essays with truncated logic and are used to writing under time constraints. If you've learned to write pithy theses under pressure-inducing time constraints in high school or college, it is time to develop healthier and more productive writing habits that incorporate time management and multiple iterations of examining an issue to develop deeper arguments. Pitfall number 5, not protecting your work. Naive graduate students frequently do not realize it is not to their benefit to share all the details of their research. They may be so excited with their discoveries, they spill the beans about their work to anyone who will listen. Unfortunately, unscrupulous academics will use this information to create their own research and publications based on that graduate student's work and never credit the original researcher. Sometimes plagiarizers will even go so far as to copy a published article. Plagiarizers can come in the form of classmates, researchers from rival labs, or even your major professor. You haven't come this far just to let someone take your work away. Take the extra precautionary measures to avoid being plagiarized by determining which colleagues are trustworthy, copyrighting your published work, and sending your written work off for publication before sharing it with others. Plagiarism happens every day. Don't let it happen to you. If you want more insight on how successful students make their writing shine and how they avoid prolonged, painful chapter revisions, you can click on the subscribe button to be notified for future lectures. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join our free Facebook group. Or download the Dissertation Lab app and try it for free for 3 days. Good luck on your writing journey, students.